My goodness, this new setup is ridiculous. Pepsis. Hello, hello, hello. I'm having struggles with getting all this stuff set up properly right now. Because, like, going the way I'm doing it right now is absolutely ridiculous. And that's broken over that way. That's lovely. But yeah, I'm having a fun time right now trying to get all this stuff set up, which is ridiculous in my opinion. Like, I'm not really doing the
Or
greatest, right? Shut up,
is there
Fiorina.
anything else more interesting to do?
Alright, I'm still trying to, like I said, I'm still just trying to get everything going and everything comfortable and cool, because it's just, I don't have everything set up the right way yet still, so it's like, it's just a hassle to get everything set up and working approximately, and I still only have like two phones. I have to work with two phones to make sure I read all the chat, because I can't get everything else. Oh yeah, I'm streaming YouTube and Twitch right now, dude. I've decided to try it out. Try that multi-stream action, you know? It works. My computer can handle it, so can my internet. So it's like, why not? Why not?
Being too popular can be such a hassle.
And yes, I will. And yes, dude, I have a video coming. I have a video I'm working on right now that's gonna be talking about the Dolphins. Um. Oh yeah, the freaking update is jittery too. The pre-installation of the new update is super jittery right now in this game. It's very, very jittery. But I do have a video I'm working on. Yes and no. That's what I mean. I have a video coming up that I'm working on, and it is going to be about that. And then I have a pre-draft video that I'm gonna be working on as well, because I know the draft is coming up, so I got so much to do with that for content, my dude. Like, have you liked what the blah blah the Texans have done so far? Because like, all I know is all this stuff is like crazy. Trying to make sure everything works. I don't know if everything is working properly, but you know, I'm just gonna go with it, you know? I have a way to see all sorts of other things, which is kind of cool, but, you know, until I get like either a new computer or fix my graphics card or a new graphics card, I'm gonna be struggling with like, you know, two displays instead of like three or four like I really want to do. Oh, he does suck at drafting. Complete 175%. But, oh wait, I'm going the wrong way. But, oh shit, I need to talk to Catherine anyways. He's 127 the bajillion percent ass at drafting, but, you know. And plus, we just brought in, now that you mention it, we brought in a new general manager of the future, if you know what I mean. I think it was his name is Cameron Wolf. I think I can't remember. But we brought in somebody to be a special advisor who has experience being an interim general manager, and you know could possibly be the replacement for Greer if Greer's season doesn't go right. If the 2025 season doesn't go right, we have somebody apparently already. You do? Good. Like that. I'm just hoping, like, you know, the Texans and the Dolphins both have a good time. You know? Because CJ Stroud did kind of have a bit of a down year. Hello! But yeah, CJ Stroud had a little bit of a down year in 2024, but, you know, you never know. He could have been like that sophomore slump kind of a season, you know, and he'll bounce right back. Don't worry about it. His best draft pick and what's his worst draft pick? His best draft pick are the ones that he lets go after the first 4 years. You know, or trades away after two. I don't know. Minka Fitzpatrick was a pretty fucking good pick, you know, in recent memory. But guess what? Within 2 years, he traded him away. That was fun. I don't know. The Laramie Tunsil trade was pretty good when it came to amount of draft picks and what we got, but he fumbled the fuck out of a lot of it. Fumbled the fuck out of a lot of it. Like, you You remember do you remember like seeing all of the video, like all like like all the articles and videos about all of the sheer amount of picks the Dolphins got, and were able to wiggle their way around with that one single trade. That was probably his greatest trade ever, but he fumbled the fuck out of it. And then like the worst pick probably I would say not the worst, but like the most disappointing was, I think, Charles Harris, or was it Charles Harris? It wasn't Taco Charlton. It was like I think it was like Charles Harris was the name, like defensive end. He was supposed to be the replacement for Cameron Wake, and was completely awful. And then there was another one that I can't remember who basically came in out of the draft. I can't remember his name, but he came in and absolutely just it was as injury after injury, and then also then he got cut because of other out of sports things he did. Yeah, that was always fun. Yeah. So he's made some good. He's made a couple good picks. Jalen Waddle's a good pick. Laramie Tunsil was technically a good pick. Minka Fitzpatrick was a good pick at the time before trading. I think he also picked up Xavier Howard. Xavier Howard was, if he did, I can't remember. I think it was 2016 when Howard was I think was Howard 15 or 16 draft. But either way, that would have been a good one if it was him. And then who else? Yeah, it's harder to find good people he's drafted compared to bad names, because like he's so many bad names in the draft, dude.
The once renowned Raiden Gokuden, comprised of 5 branches. Aminoma.
It was just bad. I can't even see all the details of there. I think he was 2016 as well. I think the same year his Greer's first year as well, I think, if I remember correctly. But then again, that was almost 10 years ago, and my memory is not that good, as you know. Head injuries, ADHD, lots of forgetfulness.
And for a long time, only the Aminoma branch.
I still don't know if I want to do a draft stream this year either.
Recently returned to Inazuma.
Every single one the last 5 years. Yeah. Yep. Every single one so far. Pretty much. Except technically Tua isn't technically a fail, and I can't remember when we picked up Jalen Waddle. But no Iguanogany, that was a fail.
Seems like such a shame.
Actually, no, there was also another one. Christian Wilkins also wasn't a fail. We just didn't bring him back. Who else? Everybody, like I said, he's had so many bad picks. It's hard to remember any fucking name because they don't stay on the team for long enough. So did I need to adjust the camera? Yes, probably did. Yeah, I probably should have done that. Well, he's just Stephen Ross's guy. Stephen Ross handpicked him, and he likes Chris Greer, I guess, sexually. Sexually. Yes. Sexually. It's stupid. He should have been fired a long time ago. It sounds really bad. I do hope this offseason does not go over well and the Dolphins start the season really bad. McDaniel doesn't get fired, but Chris Greer does get fired. That's what I'm hoping for. Definitely sexual. Definitely 100% sexual, dude. I'm telling you, that's some sexual tension there. I tell you what. I don't know what it is. Like, I'm assuming maybe Stephen Ross likes that. likes whatever he has in his pants. You know, it might be a freaking
Neither of them made it out.
kind of like hits the table, kind of pain. I tell you what, that's suspect as hell, but you know what, we're going with it.
Orphan son
I'm
was
going
left
with
to
it
fend
because
for
you know,
himself
fuck it.
and grew up deeply resentful.
To be fair,
In
I
his
wouldn't
heart,
mind, you know, a big,
the
you
whole
know,
of Inazuma was culpable in his tragedy. He hate powerless and destitute, alas.
either that or he's slamming his daughter. I don't know. It could be one or the other.
100 years ago,
Granddaughter maybe, because I think his granddaughter is actually
reached
young
the end
too.
of his wits.
Is actually old. Is actually
Bear
old
their
too.
fate no longer.
Because Stephen Russ like 80 something or whatever. He's like 70, 80.
Finally,
I know his wife is like 63,
to take revenge
if I remember correctly. And then like his daughter is the one he's gonna be passing the team to. Maybe Chris Greer is smashing his daughter. I can only assume. Cause you know what else is going on there.
even bladesmiths from the Hyakume clan, which he belonged to. His goal was absolute. The devastation of all of the Raiden Gokuden.
Like I said, if I had a secondary display that I could actually work with right now, that information would be right here. Wouldn't have to deal with double phone action, you know, double fisting phone action, you know, that'd be awesome.
Fiercely, and they did not spare his life. That is why
What the
Kaidahara
fuck?
clan
I am now getting a text message about kids. What? Oh, they're right. Oh, all 4 of them are riding
under dire
bikes.
circumstances.
My niece and 3 nephews. From my adoptive sister. She is like my sister that I adopted, technically. Or my family adopted, technically. Not actual sister, but, you know, close enough. Like, her grandma is like a grandma to me, to be very fair, to be honest. You know. I just turned on Cammy again by accident, and we'll go and move around a little bit and just emphasize that Cammy is activated
Is
today.
there anything else you wanted to ask?
Time off. So he's 84. Sounds about old enough. Like I said, I think his wife is like 60 something, you know, and then his
Spoke for a while over some tea.
daughter he's gonna be passing the team to is like 40 something or 50 something, if I remember correctly. I think I can't remember if his current wife is his second wife or not, but I do know his daughter is like in her mid late 40s early 50s. So yeah, do with that what you will. You know. Hang on. Oh shit, exactly. Alright, there we go. I'm sorry, I got text messages from family.
My pleasure.
I can't exactly not respond to her because, you know, if I don't respond to her, she gets mad. Like I said, she is technically my younger sister, and she's got, like I said, 4 kids. And technically, I am an uncle to them, my actual sister's son, and I technically have another sister who is estranged and has a child as well, and I never seen her ever. So technically, I'm an uncle for multiple children, which is pretty interesting. You know, most of the time you're just like an uncle or an aunt for like maybe 2 to 3, but I'm currently an uncle of like 6, and possibly in the future more. You never know. I think I would rather be an uncle though than be an actual father. That's why I'm probably not dating anybody right now. I am single at Pringle, ready to make a mingle. Yes. Oh shit, that's Yanam
This is the Yashiro committee.
Traveler, It's been a while.
Oh, Tatsu! Oh yeah!
If you're looking for the commissioner and Miss Kamisato, I'm afraid your timing is unfortunate. They're not here right now.
My eldest sister,
The commissioner is out on business.
well, she went off to
Kamisato said
college
you
around
the commissioner's post.
2009, 2010. Was in college for, if I remember correctly,
Shall we go in?
about 12 years, because she was doing, she wanted to get into the CDC, and she currently now works for the CDC here in Florida, and, she's married to a police officer now. But the issue is not really with me. It's more she has an issue with my father, her stepdad, because she is my sister, my blood related sister on my mother's side. Because my mom and my dad previously had other marriages, so I have another brother who's technically half a brother as well. So that's a whole. He's also kind of semi estranged as well. So that's a different story. I'm not gonna get into that one, but she has an issue with my dad. My dad has an issue with her. It all comes down to her marriage and who she got married to. And that is a little bit of a problem. Because of that, she never comes up to see us. And she's stayed away from us. And the last time I saw her was at her wedding to her husband, which I can't remember his name right now because, again, I've only met him twice. One at the rehearsal and one at the wedding. And she basically ghosted me because I look a little bit too much like my father. So, yeah. That's about all I'm going to get into that one, to be very honest. I'm not going to explain what their issue is and why it's about her husband, but I love my sister. Her husband is a good man. I've met him. He never had any problem. He basically was perfectly okay with me and had no problems and, like, remembered me, my name, my face. Both times I met him, he was very, very cordial and very kind. She, on the other hand, basically looked right on past me and did not care anymore. So that's pretty much it. You know, she doesn't even care about my little sister, my half brother, and my cousin. So it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Again, not me, not my mom, not my sister, none of that. It's just her and my dad, her stepdad. Just do not see eye to eye on a very, very simple, specific thing. And that's it.
If it were anyone else, I couldn't allow it. But seeing as you're so
Like I said, I'm not gonna go into it because, like, it's their thing. I don't want to explain it. It's sad. It sucks, but it is. It's the truth. But I could be an uncle even more so in the future. Who knows? No, that's the main point here.
Hello, dears. Is there something you want to say?
Like I said, I'm an uncle of many, and it's still growing. You never know. I never know because I do have another I have like 2 more adopted sisters. I don't need the. Again, not legally adopted, more like friends that were basically brought in to be like, look, I've grown up with you. I've known you since you were basically in diapers too, so
Of course.
you're basically a sister kind of a thing, if you know what I mean. Not actually adopted, but like
Miss Cummings,
brought in and just viewed as sisters kind of a thing. And I have 2 more that are like that, and you never know, they might get I know one is currently dating a guy and they're really good together, and you never know, they might have a kid. And Emma Lemma Ding Dong, who never likes to be on stream anymore, she might also have a kid some point.
As for the commissioner,
So I'll be a very, very, very uncle to a lot of kids. So when Christmas comes around, I'm already fucked. I have to get 5 nieces and nephews Christmas presents already. And then whenever I get to see her, I usually also try to give, like, when my mom goes to see her for Christmas, it's just I usually give a present there. So there's that one and any of the other ones. I'm just saying, holy shit.
well,
Family!
Miss Kamisato, I must say.
Alright, goodbye for now.
Most likely a father, not. Yeah, I think you mentioned that at one point a while back. Like a previous girlfriend that is gone now as well. I can't remember the whole story about that. Like when you said that, but it's like there's a possibility of that.
Leaving already?
There's no possibility of that for me because to be very honest, like I am a Virgin class destroyer and it's kind of depressing.
Goodbye.
But with a wada. With a wada quest? Motherfucker! I have to do another. Come on. Why? What other quest do I have to do? The Tara Tales. Tara Tales. Something ominous seems to have occurred in Inuzuma's Tara. It's the fucking T-town that I can't pronounce! Damn you! Fuck! Too many one-night stands have... Fair enough! Tartara Tales. Now I have to go deal with that freaking storyline again. Damn it. I'm not excited. I am not excited about that. It's never exciting. What does this say? Oh yes. Yeah, I have to keep texting because yeah. Like I said, if I don't, then she gets angry, and if she gets angry, I'm in trouble. Oh, well that's lovely. I think that's why what the Fuck you! Fall off a cliff, you stupid faced bastard. Oh, that's right there. But remember, I can't get it because the freaking invisibility shield of stupidity is here. I have a whole region I can't go to. Dick call. Chat. Let me change character. Holy shit! Okay, where was I supposed to go? I'm supposed to go this way still. There's something below me, and there's that guy up that way. I would assume I can continue up here. Sup?
This one's got your name on it.
But like, yeah, I can't go that way because there's a barrier. Hate it, hate it, hate it. There's definitely an Oklahoma bastard spawns. He's in Oklahoma. Was not a good locker room. Could you give me your opinion on Maulani? I want to know if it's better to have persuasive life helmet or crit. I don't know. I don't even have Maulani. I would be the worst person to give you that advice, my dude, or do that. Oh, I was about to get struck by goddamn lightning. Lightning goddamn McQueen. Good job. My nephew really loves Lightning McQueen, by the way. I probably would not be the best option to tell you on that. Like, I don't have Maulani at all. I have Shalonen, but I don't have Maolani or Mavuoka, and I cry every time because of that. 'Cause I don't have them, and plus I'm not the greatest when it comes to. What is this? I think I've been here before. The great inventor Xavier. One of my good friends is named Xavier, actually. By the way, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not of any help. I am a big giant idiot. I'll let you tell. I'll let you know. I can tell you that I'm stupid. As you can tell, I can't even speak properly. You know, I'm an idiot. And when it comes to this game specifically, I'm probably the biggest idiot when it comes to this game. And I will hold that crown on my head because I know there's another, but he's actually pretty damn good. But he claims to be the dumbest Genshin player, but you know, I'm actually just fucking stupid. The more opinions, the better. That is true, actually. That is true. That is true. Persuasive life helmet or crit damage helmet. I don't know how Maolani plays, but I would guess maybe persuasive life helmet over a crit damage helmet. But like I said, I don't have her character. I don't know how her character plays. I got C6 Kachina instead of Maolani. Yeah. So there you go. But I would assume she may be better with like some with like maybe the persuasive health life helmet, even though I don't really know what it does. It just sounds more happy. I will leave that up just, you know, just so people can, if like anytime in the future you can get some messages for that, my dude. Trust me. But yeah, it's just I don't have it. I just don't have it. And that's the only problem. I think that's a funny thing, because it like just like immediately thinks it's like a phone number, which is kind of funny. But if regardless, like you might also get somebody who, because I know there is I have like a viewer who comes in once in a while whenever they are available, and they are really really smart when it comes to like the artifact stuff and the building of characters. And she's like very very smart. She's the one that helped me figure out how to freaking actually put some good artifacts on my main squad, and kind of helped me make sure I wasn't playing with the rage bait team setup. You know. But yeah, I don't really know. If it was like a full-on DPS character, then I would definitely say crit damage helmet. But I think Maolani's more, I think, is a bit more, you know, supportish. I think. I know. I'm not really sure. You know. I'm just going off of what I've seen on the internet. You know. I'm sorry about that. Worst case scenario, yes, it could. We have not reached the stage, but if it gets serious, you could just throw some fireworks into the fire there. Like I said, I really have no idea. What is she saying now? I don't need to know about the kids having accident on bicycle. No. I can ask more people, but when they start showing an Excel spread, I've already had that happen. I've had that happen. I had that happen. I swear to God, it has happened on stream once already. It was like I think a month or two ago, not fucking kidding, before I had the team setup I have right now, someone who came on just, tell me I'm really bad at the game, to be very honest, decided that they were gonna show me the spreadsheet of how to build the specific best team, and they literally linked me to a full-on goddamn Excel spreadsheet in Google Drive, showing the meta characters and how to build them with several rows for spreadsheet style for each character on everything you need to put on them, which stats for each fucking artifact, and what weapon to go with, and how to. It's like, what are you doing with your life if that is how you're going to do the game? I don't care if you do that. That is perfectly fine. But you're coming to me, a notorious stupid idiot, and saying, "Here, look at this, do this. This is how you get good." It's like, no, that's how I zone the fuck out. I stop paying attention, and I go play with a squirrel, I just pick up Fat Duck, and start cuddling this glorious piece of duck, instead of playing the game. I understand where you're coming from. If that's ever happened to you, I understand. It's freaking insane, and I don't understand how people can come up with that. That is something that it does not work for me. I cannot just spreadsheet out character building like that. I literally cannot. It's just not for me. It's not for me. Oh man, but it was insane. If I still had access to that, I would bring it up right freaking now. If I would have saved and had access to that still, but that was like a month or two ago, something like that. I think it was January or December that happened. And like I said, it was just, no, you gotta be kidding. You gotta be kidding me. Yeah, I know. Just a full-on goddamn spreadsheet on how to build characters. And all this is just oh, I'm no ordinary individual. I am no ordinary individual. Great Xavier. Actually, I need to ask him. Have you met the greats in the Battlefield? Trixie! Where is he? It's not the right word. Inventor Xavier. Yet. That is a question. I don't know, actually. I don't really know if he has or not. All I know is Xavier. Oh, wait, observe the Mikage furnace. Mickey Yusufan, you're on my mind furnace. Is this the way I can get into the blinded lights? Is this how I can get in here? Oh wait, shit. Oh, there's one down this way. We'll go this way first. Oh, there are several dick holes here for fighting. I believe I can smash. Kill them! Get some heals off this real quick. And then bring in some more powerful shotgun spells. These guys all suck. So this is definitely how I'm going to get through this area. Definitely 100%. Oh god, I like Mountain Dew so much. Strike a pose! Get that. Oh, some white iron. I think I saw one up here. Did I? Yeah. A lucky charm bracelet. The other one is over on this side of the island. That's good. That's good. Okay. Wait, where was I going? Oh, it's that way. I believe. Well, damn it. And to be fair, I probably could have quicker movement if I didn't use controller on PC. And yes, I am streaming via PC. I am playing this game on PC. That's why I got like the stats up in the corner, you know, and all the other things because, you know, fuck it. It looks better and runs better, actually. Not gonna lie, it looks better and completely runs better than on the PS5. 100%. And like, there's no going back anymore. Like, the colors and the smoothness of the game is just completely different. But then again, I be saying that while also actually being in full 4K maxed out settings for this game right now. So like, you know, I need you. So like it's gonna look better regardless because of that, but you know. Drift, we should keep our distance. But no, the game plays way better, way smoother than on PlayStation, even though like my account was established. You are an asshole for hurting, you know, poor Fiorina, you bitch. Give me your sheet, bastard. Do a quick heal. I do like that part though. I know some people don't want to use her, don't like using her for that, but you know, I do kind of like her for that because she does a good job. What does it do? I'm confused. Rift looks more dangerous by the second. Okay, I'm just stupid. That's what it is. I'm just stupid. Again, like I said, I'm stupid. I'm serious. If I actually knew what I didn't even need to teleport back that way. I was literally. Do you believe me that I'm freaking stupid? Yes, I am. Bore. Come at me, bro. Come at me, bro. Come at me, bro. Fuck you. Give me your deed. Is that something done that way? Actually, there's also a teleport. Yes, the waypoint. I do like the waypoints though, so that's gonna be good. There's that. This Xavier is down here. I'm still waiting for my friend to actually let me know if he's ever talked to Xavier. It would have been kind of funny. Xavier talking to Xavier. Would you believe I run off Mountain Dew? Probably. You know, maybe. Possibly. Potentially. Possibly. Probably. Everybody probably knows that by now because that's all I fucking... It's not all I drink, to be very honest. I drink water. I do. I really do. It's just like 3 Mountain Dews a day. I can't help it. It just tastes good. If I had a single bit of an addiction, it would be Mountain Dew. I think that's the right thing, right, Gary? Gary knows. Gary's addicted to, you know, goldfish. The snack goldfish, you know. He likes them, you know. If I had some right now, he would be gobbling them up, even though he is a goldfish. Which is weird. I think you have some problems, my dude. You need to go see a doctor about that. Rifts also Fatui acting. I'm just not paying attention to what he's saying. To be very honest. Dramatic gesture of what content? I do not know. What's my phone doing here? Who is they saying we do get? What is this? Oh, okay. So they're talking for the Dolphins to sign Dalton Risner. Rizzler. It's gonna riz your bitch. It's gonna riz your bitches. Which would be interesting. You know what's gonna be funny? Like, if I have to actually go over there and adjust and touch any of the things, you know, I would have to like close this. I think I did. Is she still on? No, she's not on. Okay, I would have to close this, show my home screen again, go over here and touch things, which I could do. It would be very easy to do. Probably be the proper thing to do because I could readjust how all this is and be able to see certain things better, which I probably could and should do. And then I could also try out some things as well because there are some extra features that come on through with the new setup that I have that would allow me to like do polls and stuff during stream and do some editing and other things during stream, which is kind of cool. I do think that's kind of interesting. It's just I don't know when I'm gonna be able to try any of that stuff, or if I will be willing to try some of the extra features that I now have. It'll be kind of interesting, regardless. Skip through Xavier because I'm not very much into his thing right now. Just doing here. Why are you telling me certain things, phone? Kamui Jima Canon map. Okay. Go on, let me mark the location of the Kamui Jima cannons for you on your map. It's gonna be a lot of letters and words and vowels and phrases I will not be able to frickin' say. Probably, like usual. I swear, if I drink this thing within the first, like, hour... I'm gonna be drinking this in the first hour. God dang it, Mountain Dew Voltage being so fucking good. I think it was, like, right here, and right here. If I remember what the map looked like. What did the map say? Yeah. Okay, yeah. All over that way. I need to go those ways anyways, because I do not have those waypoints open and unlocked, so it probably would be a good idea to go and do. It's all the way up that way, okay. It's a bird! Oh, I thought it was flying backwards for a minute. Hello, bird! Goodbye, bird. See, I am brilliant. I went to the first one that I knew had a cannonball. Kamuji Cannonball 2 Exploration Knowledge. This kind of cannon does not have a point and shoot aiming facility. You must adjust elevation and orientation in order to fire on target. Oh, I have to use that. I've done this before in another game. I might be off axis a little bit. I might be a little bit off. Fuck yeah! Dude! I'm fucking good at this shit. Bing bong, motherfucker. I've done this kind of shit before. In another game. I think it was the Uncharted series that actually had something similar. Where you had to basically line up a golden shot. And to be honest, like they underestimate my ability to fucking nail the shot. Here, I'll get some cabbage. I think it's that up. Yep. I see it right up that way as well.
May I present?
See it right up that way. I'm really good at that kind of a thing, you know. I'm really good at that. Like even off axis, I'm really good, baby. Really good. Well, there's another one. I think it was not that one. I think it's like over that way. I think there's the waypoint. So it's probably that one over that way. It's probably the other one. I think. I do know that there's one up this way. What is she saying? What's a sword? In a letter. That's nice. Oh, there's a big chest. It's a big chesty chest. What do I have to do with the big chest? I think I need this though. What are you doing?
How brilliant!
What?
Shine down.
No. I don't have. Okay, I fucked up somewhere.
Illusion shattered.
Nope, there we go. Okay. I would assume I'm gonna be looking at that one over there. That should be about right. Go up a little bit. And if it arcs, it should hit about right where that is. If I get 2 in a row right here, that'd be fucking awesome. I think that should be the right angle, right upward curve. It should be, I think. Nope. Okay. Nope. Damn it. It was needing a little bit more upward fire. I was off by a little bit, and I'm kind of pissed off because it would have been perfect for 2 in a row. Damn it. And last one should, I think, be over by the boat over that way. Or it's over that way a little bit more. See that? Because it's going to be like right off the bat. I'm going to be touching the ground and be basically running. Damn it. I was so good. I had it right in line and I whiffed. I thought, you know what? The arc of the shot was not going to be as angled as I thought as it was, which was my bad. And I hate the fact that I fucked that up. To be perfect. And I failed. Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely. That's right there. Let me double check on the map. Oh, it's back over this way then. It's back over this way then?
Umbrella warfare, I guess. Umbrella warfare, I guess. A proper send-off from the Stina with love.
Take this guy out, put him in the water, and absolutely wreck his shit. Give me your keys. You dare defy the Shogun? Fuck you. I would teabag your corpse if you had any corpse left.
But a momentary
Beach.
distraction.
Or is it on the boat still or something? Or is it somewhere else? They could have sworn that it was shown like right here. Or did you like pass it? They could have sworn when I was looking at the map it was like right here near the tip. What was the map showing? Like they're right there, and then maybe I was slightly bit wrong about the placement of it. But then where, oh where would it be? Unless it's all the way up there. But then it's gonna be a really, really... It's gonna be really, really wild. Let's run this way. Come up. It's gonna be a really far shot then, so it's gonna be a much more difficult shot if it is all the way up this way. It's not. Then where is the cannon? It's not back that way. Like, 'cause it was right over there, right there. And if I'm looking correct, unless it's right there. Right here, right here. Wait a second. I read the map. Did I read the map wrong? I think I read the map wrong. I think I read the goddamn map wrong. Was that one the one that I hit over on there? And it was the one over here. I went to the wrong island. I read shit. I'm not gonna make it either. I read the map wrong. I'm so fucking stupid. My idiocracy, my stupidity knows no bounds sometimes. I swear. Like complete imbecilin'. It was a complete imbecilin' move on my part. Completely imbecilin'. Imbecilin'. Let's give the one that with good cannon ability. Alright, so that is that. No, that's right at them. Actually, can I kill them with the blast? Oh, that's way too low. Did it actually do anything? No, well, yeah, actually it did.
Name on it. This one's got your
Not enough though. So I actually can okay, that's actually kind of neat. I like that. It's actually powerful enough to actually do damage to them. That was some good myth busting right there. I think that's proper investigating skills, I think. Okay. What? Ah, come on! Take like 17 times. No, that's way too far to the right. It's about the right angle. And because of how far away it is, I might want to go up 2 tiers. And I might need to go up 1 more tier because the arc. I might. No. Actually, no, I still hit it. That'd still work regardless. But if I would have went another route to the right, it would not have hit. Hello? Knock, knock, mother... Like, can I just telepoof over? Yeah. Bleh. Where is Xavier? But at least now I broke down the frickin' force field barrier of barrierness. Banananess. Oh god, now I gotta pee again. That shucks. Let's talk to Xavier. Watch out, it's the fatigue. Where are they? Oh.
A proper send-off from the Stina Wicklow. Inazuma shines eternal.
You're frozen and you suck.
This one's got your name on it. Feeling lucky?
I could just pull out Furina and be like, done. But why? When I can just do this and just do everything I need to do anyways. I don't get any of the materials either, which kind of sucks. It's, good. They beat about the bush. Goodness me, they don't beat around. No, they do not. What are your thoughts about? 5. I think I got like the update, the pre-installed update. I don't think it's technically 5.5 yet. I think that comes out tomorrow night, I think, technically, but you can pre-install the update right now, which I did. And the thoughts of Jean Yun, she's the newest character, right? The moo cow with the big udders that eats like a Dagwood sandwich, smooshes it down, and just shoves it in her gullet. Is that the one you're talking about? Because I don't really know. I haven't really seen much other than, you know, the trailer of her taking a Dagwood and just smushing it and shoving it down her throat, and, you know, being a moo cow kind of girl, you know, and some of the art of her apparently already in moo cow outfits. I'm just saying. I'm assuming that's who you're talking about. Because I have no fucking idea. Archive. Is she in here yet? I don't think so. But I'm assuming she's the moo moo cow one. Oh, it's Cloud Retainer. Wait, what?
Onwards. We have work to do.
No fucking way. That's Cloud Retainer in human form? Wait, what? Hold up. Is she already in the game? That's Cloud Retainer? That's Cloud Retainer? Cloud Retainer has a human form? I didn't know this! I did not know this. I didn't know Cloud Retainer was hot. Damn it. I didn't know. Are they still voiced by the same actress, though? With a mighty illuminated adepti of Yun known as Cloud Retainer, expert in all kinds of mechanical contraptions, her heart now turns toward the affairs of the mortal world, through which she walks under the name Jean Yun. I didn't know this. I'm an idiot. I'm sorry. Ow, face. Ow, my other head. No. No, I did not. I didn't know this. Oh, Jesus. I didn't know. I swear. Not at all. I did not. Are they still at least voiced by Stephanie Pinicello, though? You know? Oh, Jesus Christ. Her birthday was already. Oh, her birthday's coming up. Interesting. I'm so sorry. I didn't know, but now I do, and my thoughts on Sean Yun is Smash. Punish me, Adepti Mommy. Going to hell. Oh, Jesus. But she's thick. What the hell? Yeah, she thick. She's thicker than a bowl of oatmeal. Holy fuck. And she's smart. She got them glasses on. I don't know about the high heels, you know, but them thick thighs, they are saving lives right now. I am lost for words. I do like the hot. I do really like the hot, like the high up ponytail look on some women. It looks really pretty when they do like a high up, like high ponytail like that. So that's nice. And she does look very smart and very regal, as an Adepti like her should, which is nice, you know, which is nice. Though she is showing a lot of back. And, you know, you can still see some of her thigh. You know, goddamn. Motherfucker. I'm serious. I did not know until now. Thank you for learning me a thing. That, you know, I didn't know an Adepti bird could be that fucking hot. Okay. Oh. Whew. Oh my goodness. I can't really do a high ponytail. Like, my hair is not long enough to do a high ponytail, but you know, that's besides the point. Sorry, Gary, I did not mean to push that into your face. But yeah, no, I did not know that I did not know, man. I did not know this was a thing, and now I do, and now I'm just like, damn. How did I not know any of this information? How did I let that slip past? Probably because I didn't. Probably because I did not. Oh, this is a. Oh shit. Oh yep. I see what I see. I see where I am going wrong right off the bat. I'm gonna get electrocuted. I'm gonna lose HP from electrocution. I do not know what I do not know, and I'm going to die probably if I run into there all willy-nilly, but... Oh, how do I get up over that way? I am currently losing health. I am currently going to die. These regions suck major p-p-p. That's with Jean. Okay, run. Are you serious? Okay, where do I go? Oh, hell yeah! Okay, where am I supposed to go? Why am I supposed to go? And whom am I supposed to be going to see? I am very lost and confused, and I'm very concerned for my well-being and my health right now because I'm probably gonna freaking die. There's that. Oh, I gotta go fucking higher. Okay. I'll do that again. Oh, what's that? Fuck yeah! Just all over the place. I try to get up this way if I can. I don't know if I can. Well, that's a floor. That is a floor. I don't need to know this floor. It's gonna prevent me from getting to a point where I can survive in this. I'm not. Blah, 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 blah. This should be Makage Furnace. Take a look in. Where is the other thing? I had another thing. Take a picture of the storage device. I don't have my picture set up. I'm sorry. Game, damn you. Where's my camera? Does that count? Or where is... Because there's supposed to be a spawn. Don't you dare! Supposed to be a waypoint somewhere up here? I could have sworn I saw one. I could have sworn I saw a waypoint. I could have been blind. I usually am. Where is it? Apparently there is no waypoint. I am just really fucking blind. Still. Would not be the first time or the last time I will absolutely whiff it and miss a very, very important detail somewhere in this game because I cannot see worth a damn. And I don't know if it's because I'm actually just blind, the ADHD, or, you know, just being absolutely stupid. I don't know. It's one of the 7 different things that could be the reason I miss things, you know, consistently and constantly. But, you know, that is besides the point right now because I still... What is that? Yeah. And a letter. Hi! Whoa, 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 whoa! You are not a friend. Get the hell out of here. You wispy woo bastard. Give me your stick. Wispy woo fudging bastard. Every goddamn time those fucking wispy woo motherfucks. Alright, I'll be right back. I gotta go pee, so I'm gonna go pee real quick. You're gonna get the BRB screen and the no sound for just a minute or two because I gotta go pee. My bunghole. I'm just gonna get more comfortable again after I come back from going to the potty break. You know, that's something you have to do as a living human being or creature or whatever.
May I present?
Everybody else is gonna be fine. That's what I do like about this setup, you know, it's probably not the greatest thing, and I know I've been told otherwise, but you know, I still like it. Like 3,000 HP heal, like, every, like, second, you know, is awesome. I just very, very good things. I just wish I could have gotten at least a C1 Furina. You know, I wish, but I'm not. I have like another like 19 hours or something like that, and before it switches to the next banner, and I'm kind of upset because I wasted, I think, like maybe I wasted like 40 pulls on trying to get a C1 Furina. And I want to cry because like I have not gotten her again to get like a C1 Furina. I have enough for like one pull here and maybe like one more later tonight, but fuck yes! Oh, fuck yes! Will it into existence? Yes! C1 Furina! Oh, finally! The gambling gods have smiled upon me! Son of a bitch! Do you know how, like I said, like 40 plus pulls to try to get her? For a C1! I'm talking all this shit. Somebody clip that shit if I don't. Clip that fucking shit. It figures now is the time I get Furina. Right there. That is it. Fuck. It's just finally I get C1 Furina. Finally. God, you know. When using Let the People Rejoice, Furina will gain 150 fanfare. Additionally, Furina's fanfare limit will increase by 100. Fuck yes. I at least got a C1 Furina. Even though I was told that C2 would be like the best version of like a supporting Furina. While Let the People Rejoice last Furina's fanfare gain from the increases or decreases in nearby characters, HP is increased by 250%. Each point of fanfare above the limit will increase Furina's max HP by 0.35%. Her maximum HP increases to 140%. Which, while that's going on, her healing actually goes bananas. Which is why I wanted to get to it, but I'm not going to get to it. I'm not going to spend money to try to fucking do it. I'm already past that point. I at least got a C1 Furina. Fuck yes. After all that time of talking shit, I did it. And you have to wait in the next banner when she comes back. Damn it. There's like 19 more hours. I technically could buy one of these, which is stupid. I'm not going to buy multiple. I'm going to start saving some of those if I can actually gain more. But, like, just fuck it. One more pull. Just to do the little gamble. I also should start saving up, if I can, the Stardust as well. Because usually it's pretty good. Oh, my sweets bean, you are now a C1. Yeah. Okay, so what is that down that way? What is that? Am I allowed to finally go back to the inversion of the Gnosis? Okay, so I had to fucking do that. What? That was kind of fucking awesome, not gonna lie. That was pretty sick. I was not expecting both of us to actually just get absolutely obliterated by freaking ice. But to be fair, I am now very, very happy. Just like I said.
I have no need. Feeling lucky?
I wasted that. I should not have wasted that, but you know, fuck it. I'm here, pick up the white iron chunk, because I do need more of that. All I can say is I will most likely be finding that later or tomorrow and clipping that, just so I can at least put it on YouTube. Oh, Xavier.
Well, here we are. But what are we looking for? Something or someone?
Everyone so far has had it there. What the hell is she talking about? Fuck yeah. I'm telling my friend real quick that I got it. I got her. C1.
My eyes deceive me, or is that the Traveler and Paimon?
That does not sound like my friend Xavier either.
Xavier?
Oh, Xavier.
I was in the general area, and now I'm in this specific area. There, that's me. So what about you two?
We have some questions and thought you might be able to help.
He does sound...
I do. I've researched the furnace here in some depth. If there's anything you want to know, just ask away.
If there's anything you want to know, just ask away. He does sound like a Xavier. He does sound like a Xavier. Because Xavier is technically... He's Hispanic, so it makes more sense to be pronounced Xavier instead of Xavier. And he's probably French. He might be from frickin' Fontaine or something. By the way, it's just Xavier. That's cool.
Like the back of my hand.
Like the back of my hand.
I have been here a good many times before. Not only that, but I've met people in Inazuma whose families used to live in Tatarasuna years ago. They said it's all true, the history here.
They said it's all true, the history here.
Oh, well, it's a long story, don't you know?
You don't say.
Tatarasuna starts a long time ago. I'm told that its history is one of the most foremost forging and smelting operations in the nation. Goes back around 1,000 years.
A couple? When?
One was just in the last few years, the other was several hundred years ago. A fun fact, I'm not the first Fontaine tech guy to come and work on it either.
He is Fontanian. No, you know,
They say he was a mechanic.
I didn't even know. All I needed to know is his voice, like the voice he had, and then his pronunciation of Xavier. I knew it was French.
Way. How about that?
Good thing I don't make the joke. I'm not going to make joke. There's a very, very funny Jeremy Clarkson joke that comes to mind when it comes to French.
Already.
Oh, I didn't realize you two were...
Me neither. Paimon doesn't...
What brought this on? Sure, go ahead. A kabuki mono. No, I
A
can't say
kabuki
that
kimono.
I do know the word. Inazuman for those eccentric types who always go around dressed to the nines. Just the sort of person that I'd like to meet, actually. But sadly, I've never had the pleasure, nor have I come across anything to do with a kabuki mono where Tatarasuna is concerned.
Dressed to the nines. I've not heard that tone of phrase in a long time. I am not kidding. I've not heard that usage of that phrase in a very long time. And that was usually down further south, down like the West Palm area, in the fancy area of West Palm in Fort Lauderdale, where my aunt lives. Because she is a fancy aristocrat type of lady. You know,
Of course!
Oh, we're leaving? Okay, bye, Xavier.
Oh, you're most welcome. More than happy to help. Farewell.
Xavier.
Looks like you got all the information you're looking for.
You got one? 1, 2, 3. You got one somewhere on your left arm. You should be a scary or freckle. Yes. Yes. They will not be showing you pictures of my arm, though. You sneaky perv. She's gonna slap me for that one. It's like, you sneaky perv, you just want to see a picture of my arm.
Keep your smile, Spino Crocodile. No matter what happens, Paimon will always be there for you. Hey, don't mention it. Alright, let's head off and go meet Nahida.
So, okay, so I had to blow up this destruction of something. Turn the sanctuary. Talk to Tails priority investigation. Talk to Xavier. Are you serious right now? Okay, so I can still do that. Okay, that's an extra thing I can do, but I technically have to finish Inversion of the Gnosis because there's another Inversion of Gnosis chapter after this Inversion of Gnosis Interlude chapter Act 4, and then it would go to Flowers of Resplendent on the Sun Scorched Shoyurn Shuyang blah 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 blah. I can't speak. Let me try. She is Silly Bean. She is silly. She's not a bean though. She's a giant. She's a giant woman. Actually, she's not really that giant. If I remember correctly, she's like 5'6", so she's not giant.
It's them.
Akaba. What do you mean? Hey, it's new.
You're still here?
Indeed we are. If you have a moment, we'd love for you to join us once more.
Sure.
What do you want to talk to us about?
The same topic we discussed last time.
Still looking for more info about Tatara Suna, huh?
I'm still not even gonna try to pronounce that word.
Unfortunately, we haven't made any real progress.
Damn it.
Huh?
I'm just gonna skip through this because I am unable to read this out loud very well because like last time I tried, I kept getting that was yesterday. I kept getting stumbled on words and I don't need to be stumbling on words all the time, so I'm not gonna even try it right now because a lot of the words sound funny and just don't come out of my mouth very well. And again, R's in vowels. But it does actually highlight some good points that I probably should have read. Baldur said he'd erase 2 of his names. If he really succeeded, it must have taken all of his might, but still.
What do you think?
Hey, Trav. Remember how last time Akaba was saying how he wished he could gather more information about all this? Well, we just got back from Inazuma. So how about...
What did you find out?
It's a long story. Basically, we have some friends in Inazuma.
Yeah, we kind of know the Shogun, you know, we slept with, you know, we bathed with several people, you know, some higher ranking officials, you know, it was awesome. Here's the photos if you guys want, because you look like you're a pervert with that mustache over there, Akaba.
Heard this from a member of the Amanoma clan, you say? Then I guess it must be
Just
true.
saying, I'm just saying, he looks like a scholar, but he probably gets down dirty for some naughty feet pics.
To my hypothesis,
He looks like he would sniff a dirty foot.
swordsmiths were seen as having an incredibly prestigious role in society those days, to the extent that harming them was conceived of, at least by the perpetrator, as a way of exacting revenge against those in power.
Yes, okay, point taken, you were right. But that doesn't mean I can't carry on with my novel.
And to be fair, Sawada looks like he gets off on kicking puppies.
They're back at it.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Look at us, prattling on about our projects and...
What projects? What are you rattling on about?
Keep us in the loop if you find out anything else.
Will do.
Yeah. Paimon is probably the best character out of those 2 right there, to be very honest, because... Oh, Ash. Hey. Hello, soldier, or a guardian guy who has no name but is very handsome looking. Look at this. Look at this guy. That's a very handsome looking man right there. Look at that chin. It's very handsome. He's very strong looking too. His buddy over here is probably his identical, even more attractive looking twin brother. Who's also showing his abs. Is he They're both showing their abs. I just noticed. They are both showing their abs. They got scarves and abs. We're going to ignore this. We're going to just go to Nahida. If Nahida also forgot, then that's going to be a bit crazy. What about the balls? The ball master. The man with the big balls and the huge hat. What is she saying now?
We're here! Traveler, Paimon, how have you been? Ugh, where to start? Paimon hasn't had a moment's rest this whole time. That night, we ended up chatting and chatting until suddenly the sun was up. And then she decided she wanted to go to Inazuma. The Balladeer?
Okay, yep, Nahida also forgot. God dang, you know? Ermin Sol.
You look troubled. Is there something you need to tell me?
Wonderful. After quickly, he finished erasing himself before Nahida could stop him. I'm the only one who still remembers the things that were erased. Once again, I am the record keeper.
Hey, what's wrong? You look so upset.
Okay, so she's gonna enlighten, piece back together the story that was broken and scattered across time. Awesome. What is she saying now? Important. Shit, I can't spell. Important. Shit. If she would leave me alone for just a goddamn minute. There once was a man named Balls, created by the Electro Archon. He was a puppet with giant testicles. After a series of events, and I can't pronounce that word, the Ball Man, thinking he'd been thrice betrayed, left Inzumza's to roam the world beyond, with his giant dick and massive balls. With no trust for humans and only loathing for the gods, he bore his meaty grudge for years. He grew in strength and returned to Inazuma to take his revenge. He tried in vain to become a deity with massive bills, with the Gnosis, and ended up losing everything. Finally, he entered Irminsul and impregnated it and learned the truth behind the betrayal, knowing, all this sort of tragic bullshit.
Quite a story. So, this puppet known as the Balladeer erased himself from Irminsul, hoping that he
And
could
apparently he
change the
did.
past.
Or at least a remembrance of the
How
past.
was he even able to do that? As the traveler said, he very nearly became Sumeru's deity. Admittedly, I remember it a little differently. I don't recall finding anyone inside the machine after we defeated it. Nevertheless, it does make sense. If someone were to successfully erase themselves from Irminsul, the world would change to reflect the new reality.
Okay, fair.
You believe this person really existed, and we just don't remember him because he literally changed the world?
In a completely different sense of the word, but yes.
It is possible to do this. But I'm struggling to imagine the kind of person who would dare go through with it. The traveler comes from a world beyond to that. That's why there's no information about her in Irminsul. And it also explains why any changes to Irminsul wouldn't affect her. So if there's anyone in
But then we've already had her get affected by something like that anyways. But I think it was like a fake artificial Irminsul that was created or something in the last chapter or last storyline or whatever in the Fontanian storyline or something like that, and they like created it by like some kind of magic ability of like taking people or some shit like that. I can't remember right now, but apparently there was some way that the traveler has forgotten stuff.
Paimon's having a hard time understanding this balladeer guy's motivation. I can only make inferences based on the information we've been given.
We were enemies after all. I don't know his perspective on all this, so I can't say why he did something so extreme. Did he want to reset everything or save someone, or did he want to completely undo his existence? Everything can be set right. It's time to solve this once and for all. Maybe that's all there is to it. I still remember the question he asked. He asked me specifically, and my hesitation gave him his answer. I hesitated because I witnessed Greater Lord Rukkhadevata erase her own existence, but can't tell Nahida that. To put it another way, I know why Balladeer was so sure it would work, but I can't tell them that.
Else worrying you? Something that you can't share? It couldn't change the fate of the ones who had died. Once the balladeer realized he hadn't been betrayed after all, it must have completely changed his view of the people of Tatarasuna. He couldn't keep hating humans after that. And if he thought there was a chance he could save his old friends, it would be hard not to try. The story makes sense. The balladeer tried to achieve godhood with the doctor's help,
No, finish this freaking Mountain Dew right now.
but retained the power to connect with Irminsul. That power then enabled him to change what was recorded in Irminsul and erase himself,
Fat Tuck Attack.
even though he didn't have much strength left. Yeah, it does make sense. It just feels so hopeless.
Yeah, he changed the world in many ways, and yet the dead still didn't get a second chance. Those fated to a tragic end could not have been saved. What exactly did he want to fight back against? The betrayals in his life, or did he wish he never existed at all?
Found it. This should be the word.
Oh, memory box thing!
It turns out that I have a strange way of confirming everything she has told us. What is it?
How?
Word from a personal collection. It was tucked away in a corner. You should take a look.
Surprisingly, information presented to you in a way that resembles a fairy tale. Oh, that's lovely.
A fairy tale? I authored this record myself. Huh? You wrote a fairy tale that somehow has something to do with the balladeer?
I'm kind of
From
confused.
the traveler's narrative, it's clear that this story is an allegory. Hold on. So this record survived from
The past.
any information about the balladeer or the kabuki mono and other records will have been changed. But I wrote this story in a way that means it was left intact.
I don't think that's how that would actually work, though. Because technically, it's still a story about the balladeer and the Kubaki Mono. Technically, still. So I don't think it would have worked like that. If it can change all the information and get rid of him completely out of the mind's memory and stories and books, it was taken out of like the storylines for those two writers' books basically as well. So, and they weren't, I don't think, directly referencing the balladeer. I don't think. I didn't really read all the way through, but they were obviously changed. The writing was changed without them changing it themselves. So her mental fairy tale book should have also been changed, because technically it is the story about the balladeer and the kabuki mono, and they don't necessarily need to reference them, but they're still saying the same storyline with those characters and not being referenced. It's still saying the same storyline in total. So it should have changed the storyline, or at least changed something in it. It should have.
Changing the information in Irminsul changes to that, but Irminsul can't change information that was well hidden in advance. I guess I must have written this story as a backup before the battle. That's incredible!
How does that make any sense? Irminsul can change anything in Tibet, but Irminsul can't change something that was hidden and advanced. What does that even mean? Oh, I'm having unstable bit for a minute there, apparently, on stream. But what does that even... That makes no sense. It's kind of stupid. I don't agree with that. That's kind of dumb. Because if your mind was changed, you're an Archon, you're a god in that world, and your mind can be changed by the power of Irminsul, so should your hidden storybook that was in your fucking mind. That makes no sense. And it's referencing what took place with those characters without referencing the characters in a specific way that makes it a fairy tale, but it's still referencing the storyline and the ideals of those characters. Anyways, it should have been changed. It was not hidden away from it's just a plot point. A plot point that absolutely another plot point that throws the idea of how the story's canon actually works out the fucking goddamn window. What is that called? What, a MacGuffin or some shit like that? I don't fucking know.
I knew she'd remember everything.
And sending Lumine and Irminsul with Balladeer must have been a further precaution. I knew she'd remember everything. So, what did you... So now she's kind of inferring that she already knew something like this was going to happen?
This story is abstract enough that it still resonates with the present information recorded in Irminsul.
Oh, so now you're saying it's abstract enough.
But if we connect all the different pieces together, the true story that emerges is the one she told us.
Right.
And now,
Right. Sure. Sure. Let's go with that. Sure.
there was once a lone monster draped in fox fur. The monster found a family of foxes, joined them, and they became friends. The monster lived with the family day and night, and everyone treated it as one of their own. Once in a while, the monster would take off its fox fur at night and lament to itself as it gazed at its reflection in the water. I am a monstrosity, yet they are too foolish to see it. I pity them. But the monster soon found solace when another came to live among the foxes who was not their kin. A kitten, carved from the wood of a white tree who had been abandoned by the humans. The kitten too wished to become a fox, but its tail was too slender and it could not grow a coat of richly colored fur. Yet when the other foxes saw this, they spoke words of comfort to the kitten. Even without a tail and fur like ours, you are still one of us. Furious at this happy resolution, the monster lit a fire on the mountain. The terrified animals panicked as the fire spread. The only way to extinguish the flames was to make a sacrifice. A gray fox stood up and addressed the monster. It said, "You are the cleverest among us. Surely you can help us find a way to solve this." The monster smiled, led the fox toward the fire, and murdered it. The gray fox's heart was turned into a beautiful drop of water, clear, spotless, and pure. The monster gave the heart of water to the kitten, telling him, "The foxes have decided. You are the one who must be sacrificed. Take this, quench the flames, and die for your fox kin." The fire was extinguished, but the kitten lived. It left that side of the mountain and found a little bird who had a broken wing. The two promised they would spend their whole lives together, but the little bird did not have long left to live. It passed away soon after.
I am just, lost for words at this right now. I'm not fooled by this whole thing.
Never again would it cherish a single creature, nor a single blade of grass that stood on that mountain. The kitten spent the nights wandering aimlessly, gnashing its teeth at the moon. How it wished to swallow the moon and devour the moonlight. If the world could only return to darkness, then it would finally be peaceful and content. I will become the new moon, the answer to everything. Then, no one will know that there were once birds, foxes, and cats in this world. And no one can know that they were different.
It should have been changed. I'm pretty sure it should have been changed as well. It should have been affected.
We solved it! I remember now. This is not just the Balladeer story. It is his very own memories. To become a god, he was experimented on and modified.
So he must have told her then that he was going to do that. So then she knew in advance that he was going to do that. So then she sent her there to make sure she wouldn't forget it, and just in case. So basically, from what it's basically implying, kind of, she knew, Nahida knew all of what was going to happen. Because I still don't think that memory or the fairy tale booklet that she made in her mind would not have gotten changed. So there's got to be some other reason why she explicitly created something that was supposed to be foolproof against being wiped away from memory. And I can only assume this because she knew he was going to do that, and she knew about how Irminsul could be used to change the past. So she already knows stuff, dude. She's all... Because if she knew how to hide this box in her mind, she already would have known that he was on the warpath to erase himself. She put Lumine in the same area with him just to double make sure she doesn't forget, and then also locked away a memory of Ball's Deer just so that she could then possibly at some point be able to use it to resurrect the memory and mind of the character. So she knew full and ahead in advance. She might be a very smart character. She might be the archon of wisdom and whatnot, and knowledge and shit. But she would have had to have known in advance that this was going to happen. To have this any setup, she would have had to known that Irminsul can do that. She would have had to known all this stuff. I call bullshit.
This memory was extracted from him by the scholars. Presumably, they kept it to have something to defend themselves with. Creating a deity was just the first step. Some of them wanted to be able to control it. That's why they backed up his memory.
So it wasn't even yours now? What?
Deep inside
What?
dreams, and then hid it inside an allegorical story so that it wouldn't be altered. It's hard to believe that this person really existed, let alone that he tried to get rid of us on more than one occasion. Paimon has no memory of him at all. He completely vanished like a puff of smoke.
I go from being very happy with this stream to fucking losing my mind again.
Although he was unsuccessful,
I thought I was gonna get through 1 month without this game's story making my mind go fucking to mush with some stupid fucking storyline and plot point. God dang it.
we still don't know how the change to Irminsul will affect the senior ranks of the Fatui, but in all likelihood, they won't even remember their own harbinger.
I'm fucking gonna be... After I get past this, I'm done for the night, to be very honest, because I don't want to deal with this anymore.
It sounds like Paimon wouldn't like this guy a whole lot if he was still around. But still, Paimon doesn't like the way it all ended that much better. This is why wisdom alone cannot answer all our questions. We look, we see, and we comprehend. But the question still troubles us, so the answer is not everything. People yearn to find when you give someone the truth. You give them a chance to choose their own destiny. To others looking on, this may seem like a pointless endeavor, but for him, the chance to act on his desire to never forget that even when we walk beneath
All I know is I don't agree with what... this fucking point. Just get over. I just want to get past this inversion of Gnosis chapter now.
Yeah, Mahita's right. Cheer up. How about we go get some good idea? You got it. Come on, Trevor.
Yeah, I need to clear my head of this because
Snack for one of the stalls in the Grand Bazaar. That'll be sure to lift our spirits.
like that
It'd be really tough being the only one who remembers all that.
because that it makes no sense. It makes no sense. I've lost the plot on that at that point because it's just it's so incredulously be dumbed down to the point of that makes no sense. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't work with the way the story was going. It doesn't make sure how she was explaining herself, and it's all coming down to she got this memory fragment from somebody else, somehow knew he was going to do what he did, rewrote it in her mind to make sure it never got erased by some outside force, and then sent us along the way to double make sure we didn't forget. Because she knew something was going to happen and and everyone was going to forget this fucking guy or some shit like that. Okay, sure. Yeah, let's then backtrace several different times on what she was saying, what she was not saying, what she thinks is going on. It's just fucking dumb. Really dumb. Really dumb. Sometimes I really like the storytelling in this game. Other times I absolutely hate it. Because it makes me feel incredibly dumb to try to listen to it. And that's one of the ones that made me feel incredibly dumbed down, like Michael Bay himself decided to write the script for the film. And to be fair, I do like Michael Bay movies because they're dumb action fun. And I think you can be happy with that, but that was just not it. Ooh.
I'm loving this treasure hunt.
185,000 more. Fuck yeah. Alright, so where are we supposed to stay? Isn't this the Grand Bazaar, though? I think so. Sumaru City. Oh no, this is Academia. Okay, so then is it below? Oh yeah. Yep, I forgot. Grand Bazaar is all the way down this way. So I'm a Dingleberry. A Dingleberry who is completely, losing it over the storyline again. Oh, you're drunk, dude. You're lucky. It's not Saturday night for me, so I can't get drunk yet. But good, because this plot and this story is gonna make me lose my goddamn mind.
We're here! What should we eat first?
I'm feeling like there's something I'm missing, something important that I'm forgetting. I have that feeling all the time, to be very honest. Forgetting something all the time. There goes that.
Alright, whatever you want. Well, Paimon will be right here when you figured stuff out.
Come on, brain. Let's dig this out. It's got to be there somewhere. It was something about Irminsul and deleting oneself. Great Lord Rukkhadevata, Forbidden Knowledge, Nahida.
Have you figured?
Yes, that was it. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. She said that no one can erase themselves from existence, not even her. Otherwise, why would she need to create her own reincarnation, Lesser Lord Kusanali, to go to do deletion for her? There'll be no point.
Why'd you do that?
No, I can't tell Paimon. She doesn't know about Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. But this is a crucial important detail. It's simply not possible for Baladir to completely erase his own existence, in which case the question is, what happened to
Excuse
him?
me, boss. There seems to be a small problem with the last bill. Look, here.
Just happens to show. He just happens to show up now.
Hey! Hey, wait!
You mean me?
No, not you. That kid. Didn't you see? Little rascal grabbed my last... Look, if you're gonna help out here, you can't keep spacing out, okay? What is it? Work's too boring for you? Or has the big city got too many distractions?
I wasn't paying close enough attention. Sorry, boss. I think you're right. Maybe it's the city.
I'm just in the background, just looking on like,
Can
what is he doing?
You know him or something? He's who?
You're a strange one, kiddo. You say you don't want any money for helping out here, and then when I actually give you some work to do, you keep letting yourself get distracted. I don't want to take advantage, so I'm happy to pay you what I pay anyone else. But if you keep acting like this, pretty soon I won't be able to afford to.
No, please. I mean it.
Well, then the question is, if he only erased the memory of who he is from everybody else, did he also erase it from him's own self?
You're welcome, I guess. But I got bigger things to worry about. Look,
Because Greater Lord Rukkhadevata is actually, you know, Lesser Lord Kusanali, or some shit like that. Based on this knowledge, I guess. What?
Leave it to me. I'll find some more.
stop. I'm gonna level with you, kiddo. I've never met a worker who said they didn't want a wage before. And at first, I got greedy. Couldn't believe my luck. You don't want money. You don't take days off. And in your free time, all I see you do is wander around, taking in the sights.
That's right, I am. We can talk more about that later. First, let me get those fruits you needed.
Hey, what do we do now?
I'm so fucking confused now. It's making it even worse because now the storyline that I remember with Greater Lord Rukkhadevata and Lesser Lord Kusanali, Nahida's quest, Nahida's stuff, now is more confusing to me. And how any of it makes sense and what I remember the story being about. I'm so fucking confused. I'm so confused.
Yeah, this'll do.
Even though you say he's the Balladeer, what are we planning on doing? Stealing his Sunsetias? Oh, alright.
This should be enough. Guess I should wash them before I take them back. Huh? You two over there. Is there something I can help you with? You've been following me all the way from the city. I'd have to be blind not to notice. Have we met before?
He doesn't remember.
No, we haven't met. But you know, I have no recollection.
Are you absolutely...
Sorry, but I just can't take your word for it.
a puppet?
Huh?
You were right. The look on his face.
I guess you do know me after all. That is not something I share with a lot of people. Look, I'm just a wanderer. But seeing as you've gone through all this trouble to track me down, I'm sure... Okay, but please let me deliver these goods.
Are you really working for that guy?
Yes, I ran into him out in the wilderness during a storm.
That's...
I'm so fucking. I don't fucking know. I really don't know. I'm just confused at this point, and I don't know how the Irminsul stuff works. Then I don't, because I was told one thing, I was told another thing, and now I'm being told another third thing. It's just it does it. I'm not making any sense. Like there's not like a goddamn sense to it.
I'll leave them right here.
Oh, you really went and picked some more.
Something's come up, and they need to borrow me. Sorry, boss.
I was just about to pay you anyway. Go wherever you want, kid. Don't waste your time here.
What?
I get it, okay? You just wanted to help me out, to thank me for giving you shelter from the rain that day. Even then, but look, it was pouring down, and there you were, sauntering along without a care in the world. Like you had nowhere to be, and didn't even care that it was... Imagine you were me for a second. It's a little weird, right? But anyway, taking you in didn't put me out even slightly. You don't owe me a thing for it. Certainly not all this. Your time...
But I don't... No. Then I suppose this is where we say good...
Don't mention it, kiddo. I've run into all kinds of characters over the years.
Thank you. All right, done.
Okay, so is she gonna put the memory back into him then? Is this what's gonna happen? Like she's just gonna like poof the memory of who he was back into him or some shit like that, so he remembers what's going on, undoing everything he technically did. Like I said, I'm just... I'm starting to get a headache just simply from the fact that none of it makes a goddamn bit of sense. Now, it's just there's a lot of contradictions to how Irminsul works then. And what Nahida does and doesn't know. It's just it hurts my brain. It makes me it's giving me a little bit of a headache.
What's wrong?
Just from the fucking idea of what they're doing now.
Hello. I do apologize for the sudden intrusion.
We found this guy in the street, but he doesn't seem to remember anything. So, yeah, quite an eventful walk.
I love it. What happened in the Grand Bazaar?
You say that you're trekking across to Vat to train yourself. Many other Inazumans who describe themselves in this way call themselves Shugenja. Why do you refer to yourself as a wanderer?
Well, it seems more relevant in my case. To me, it sounds like a plant with no roots. But these two claim that they know me, and that I have a hidden past unknown even to myself.
I wouldn't call it the past, but rather...
A difficult one to explain, yeah.
I don't like to rely on using terms like this often, but in your case, it seems that it ought to be called, previous incarnation. Oh, like a past life or something?
Technically? Technically, maybe? Yes, but no?
Yes, something far more distant than the past. So far away that you cannot perceive it.
Okay, I have to ask. What was I like in my previous incarnation?
Kind of.
Oh, okay. I see. You want to tell me, but you can't bring yourselves to say it. Looks like I didn't have the most wonderful existence in my If it's that difficult to talk about, I have no doubt it will be...
I would not say a different, a previous incarnation, or a previous life,
Tell me the truth.
or a previous point of existence. It's just...
Truth something you care a lot about?
Yes.
Then I'll be straight with you. In your previous incarnation, you did many things that would be considered evil. You nearly died because of what other people did. And many died because of you. As a non-human being, you hated gods and humans alike. You drifted from place to place, never able to settle, even where you found status and identity. You adamantly believed that you were missing a heart.
Okay.
Actions rooted in persistence sometimes bear bitter fruit. Sometimes, you have to let parts of yourself go, or you'll never be happy.
Well, why not implant that memory?
Everything I had, but it barely changed history at all.
In terms of the outcome alone, that's true.
I don't think I can judge everything I've heard purely in terms of right and wrong. Each choice a person makes belongs to a
He does
specific
sound,
place
though,
in time,
softer and
a chain of
kinder.
cause and effect, a cycle
Like,
of
more
karma
intrigued and
consequence.
understanding of what's going on.
Is the nature
And
of
not
life.
really kind of like that arrogant, asshole-ish nature that he had before. Like, where he had, like, he had a more arrogant tone to his voice. And more, wrath-filled going
Seems
through
like
it.
my previous incarnation wasn't the most likable individual.
We're not trying to hurt your feelings or anything, but yeah, we weren't your biggest fan.
If we were enemies, why are you trying to help me find the truth?
Because it's better than not knowing.
This is so frustrating. This guy's supposed to be our arch enemy, but he's got so much to answer for, but we can't make him talk because he doesn't remember anything.
And technically, if you want to go by the idea that that was a previous incarnation and he was reincarnated, or however you want to explain it,
I trust
technically at that point you can't put any of the crimes on his shoulders.
Yes.
Especially since no one will ever remember that he did do any of that.
If you're willing,
Please, I want to see them for myself.
even though it will cause your present self great.
I'm just a puppet, with no heart and no name.
Very well. Wait, shouldn't we go with him? This
Don't worry, whatever danger.
traveler, could I ask you to supervise him on my behalf? Oh, good point.
Understood.
Thank you.
Oh, great. I actually, please. Okay, so I don't have. Okay. I can stop right here because, like, I know as soon as I do this, it's gonna be like another hour of being on stream, and I still gotta shower. I gotta go to bed because I got work in the morning. I gotta go to work tomorrow morning. I'm not at the point where I don't have to go and do a normal 9 to 5 job. You know, that's lovely. So, there's a ninth plant. Yak, you're drunk. You're drunk. Dude. I think you're drunk. You may be a little bit drunk, Yak. Maybe a little bit, dude. There's a ninth planet? Do you count the sun? I don't know, dude. All I know is I'm going to not continue stream tonight now. Simply because of the fact that, you know, I need to sleep. I'm tired. Oh, I actually got all these too, which is cool. Oh, I could do one more pull. If I can get accidental C2. It's true. I don't think so, because then they would have to reinstate Pluto from a microplanet to an actual planetary status, which would then give us 8 planets again. And then, if I remember correctly, then you'd have to count a hidden planet that technically exists but technically doesn't exist. But there could be some new research that came in out of nowhere, out of the blue while I was streaming, you know, that happens, you know. 9th planet. Oh, they find there's a possibility of evidence.
Carrying an unreliable weapon is worse than not carrying one at all.
Which is probably like gravitational force or something that they were able to kind of like see, like a little bit of a little wave of light in a certain area causing it, maybe. That planet with 10 Earth masses and highly elongated orbit in our solar system has been discovered by mathematical modeling. Possibly. Yeah, well that could be true, but like I said, you'd have to like reinstate a other planet technically. And Researchers nicknamed Planet 9 as a mass about 10 times Earth, 20 times further from the Sun on average than does Neptune, which orbits around the Sun. Okay. In fact, it would make the new planet between years to make just one full 10,000 to 20,000 years to make just one full, which is where the mathematics would come from and the possibility of it. Yeah. But have not yet just observed. Yeah, because we don't know and there's no observe. Yeah, the math might work out. The math could work out, but we by the time we could actually find out, realistically probably was the first steps of human footprints, or like anywhere between like 10,000 BCE and like maybe like 5,000 BCE, when the last orbit would have happened, if it actually exists or not. We don't know. Mathematically it's possible, and simulation wise it could be possible, but we won't really know until we have like maybe a satellite that would actually be strong, like a satellite photograph, like a satellite with a strong enough camera lens on it to be able to take a picture of something far enough away, or get a lucky, very, very lucky break that it actually does end up coming in within the next couple thousand years, or we send off a satellite at just the right angle to go by it. But we're probably never going to actually really know for a very long time.
My time with the Spines taught me that carrying an unreliable weapon is worse than not carrying one at all.
Well, like I said, that's probably why if anything, like you can mathematically and simulate a reason for it to exist, but technically still it's not a ninth planet until it's technically actually discovered, which is really rude of me to say, which as much as I would love the evidence and the scientific breakthrough of that idea, but it's just not gonna happen yet. Like I said, you'd have to get lucky with one of the satellites that gets shot out into just like explore the universe, coming across it and taking a picture and sending that signal back. Or like we develop a camera system that's strong enough to actually look for it, which we do have cameras that are strong enough to look for things that are far fucking away. I'm not saying, we don't have technology to do it, but it would probably be more of a lucky guesstimation about where it might be. And maybe they can use the mathematics, like the math and simulation, to project a location where it might be and set up the most powerful camera arrays we have to try to take a picture or take an image viewing of that location to maybe see. But I don't know. I'm a Pluto lover myself, to be very honest. So I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm not hating on it, and I would love there to be another planet. It would be really freaking cool and interesting scientifically because it piques my brain, but I can't say that there is a ninth planet until we actually can discover it, per se. Because you can do all the mathematics and all the simulations you want, but doesn't mean that, Cyberpunk 2077 is actually a living, breathing game, that every single character in there is actually living. You can't really say that we're in a simulation just because we have The Sims. I'm just saying that we kind of need to be able to observe something like that, I think.
As long as I have my friends with me.
It's the same thing with like Pluto getting a demotion. Like they redid mathematics, they redid imaging, and they decided, you know what, it's smaller than in one of its own moons, so it's not a planet or some stupid stuff like that, and it follows an orbit that seems more like a asteroid that flew out of the belt or whatever. But unless we can get some more information, more research into it, I don't think I would consider full evidence yet of a nice planet. Just like I would believe in aliens. I'd like to believe that there might be other intelligent life, but until we can fucking confirm it, you know. I don't fucking wanna be aliens exist, man. I saw them, man. They were in my backyard, man. You know what I mean? But if Planet 9 exists, cool. Cool beans.
My time with the Spines taught me that carrying an unreliable weapon is worse than not carrying one at all.
Was there anything else I had to do while I was in here, actually? So how much money, how much more do I have again? Which was the one that needed to be, oh yeah, no. Actually, no, that one could be upgraded a little bit more. I forgot. Yeah. I have a lot of Bora. Alright, she's all good on all that. Alright, that one needs to be upgraded as well, which I can technically do that right now while I'm here anyways. To see if there's any more information. Like, if there's any more information, Yak, that you can gleam off of it, just let me know. But I would reserve judgment until there's like a bit more information on that, and possibly like a little bit more data to show for it. Like, I know that there's like mathematical evidence and simulation evidence. The simulation saying that the possibility of it being there and doing it is fine, but like, I don't want more evidence than just that. Maybe evidence of it it's affecting something, like it's gravity affecting something, maybe would be kind of like a helping telling detail on the planet existing compared to what we have now, which is technically nothing. I'm not going to do any more of that. Does bring her up a bit more, which again, that's the only one really. What was that? Like, it comes up over here. It's still not updating over on my phone. It's not updating on my phone, dude. I have to look over there to read it. I get it. The problem is we'll never be able to directly photograph it anytime soon, especially considering its orbital period would be 10,000 years. Approximately 10,000 years to 20,000 years. Yeah, but depending when its last orbital period was, and if we do have mathematical equations and simulation, and like a simulation of how it would work and whatnot, the other theory is that there's a mini black hole. Well, that's the one I'm more thinking that it is, to be honest, a mini black hole on the outer edge of the solar system. To be fair, that's more of what I'm thinking of. It could be, if anything, because I've heard that about that more than anything. I've heard that there is like evidence of a gravitational field very far out, like past Pluto. Or actually no, like past Neptune, but like kind of like in between it and Pluto, kind of a thing, if I remember correctly. It was either that or out past Pluto, and there's evidence that an object that wasn't able to be viewed was affecting like the gravitational pull of the Kuiper Belt and whatnot. So I do think that more than a ninth planet, to be fair. But if there is a ninth planet and it's on a massive, huge orbital period, which, like, for example, Pluto also has like a very, very massive orbital period. Like, I don't think it's, even within my lifetime, I don't think Pluto's orbited the sun fully yet. If I remember correctly, I can't remember, and I'm not getting anything over here. Yes, I have. You forget. I don't actually. Have you been around any of the science talk that I've ever done? Or you've also missed the drunk science fact of the week thing that I usually do. Actually, no, I haven't been recording that yet either, so never mind. I'll take that back. But I usually do like a drunk science fact that I know, and like my friends and family and whatnot. That's a different story. But yeah, no, I haven't really watched any recently about exoplanets in the solar system. partially because a lot of the time when it comes to exoplanets and solar systems, stuff like that, it's usually like a lot of fake news bullshit kind of a thing going on there, like conspiracy theory kind of a thing, like that Armageddon Planet 9 that some people like to talk about or whatever, that once we finally see it, the world will end kind of stuff. So I kind of like stay away from some of that, or the ones where it's just like, on this secret planet that we could never see, there are aliens that will destroy us all. It's just really dumb. I'm apparently not, dude. Like, I sometimes get into it. Like I said, I haven't been recording it or anything, but like before I do the drunk stream on Saturday night, like I usually call my group of friends and like drop a science fact while intoxicated. And most of the times they don't know. Like, the last one, which was like 2 weeks ago, was technically a marine science fact, or a marine biology fact about sharks. And it was that sharks love death metal because the vibrations in the water from death metal is about almost exactly the same as a fish flailing about injured. And the death metal in water makes them think that there's a dead fish in that direction. So basically, never swim while listening to death metal, even if you have like little waterproof earbuds. Those are even enough to send out the vibration and sound waves through the water that will attract a shark. But yeah, no, I do that. I do lots of science stuff here and there. It's just like not always, and it's more when people like bring something up about it, and then I bring it up. But yeah, at some point, I'm hoping to like start recording drunk science fact of the week if I really can, and just like bring silly facts that only a drunk person can blurt out, which is real. And I'll give you one more before I continue on with what you were saying. Another science fact that I told while I was drunk was sodium chloride, when it is liquefied via 1400 degrees Fahrenheit. It was either 1400 degrees Fahrenheit or 1400 degrees Celsius. When you melt sodium chloride down into liquid form, it has the same color as red fruit punch, or like tropical fruit punch, and has the same consistency as water. And if you put a metallic object inside that 1400 degree, super hydro salty fruit punch water, if you put a metallic object in there and pull it out instantly, while you're pulling it out, it'll instantly crystallize onto the metallic object while you're pulling it out of the water. As soon as it touches the air outside of that furnace of hot water, it turns right back into sodium chloride, like crystals on that object. It's really cool stuff. I'm just saying. Yeah, there's a lot of fake news about exoplanet habitability. That fake news for sure. Yeah, there's a lot of it. There's so much fake news and fake science stuff. I'm just saying. That stuff exists, and I'm not like saying it's bad to not look at it and stuff. But yeah, if you want me to freaking start doing like a drunk science of the fact week video, or like start my drunk streams and whatnot with a drunk science fact or whatever, just let me know. I'll freaking start doing it. I know I'm doing it like right now, like once a month with my friends, partially because like I keep forgetting to do it because obviously I'm intoxicated at that point when I'm trying to call people about the full science facts and whatnot. But besides the point. I'm just saying. I love how I have to look over here at the other monitor, like my main monitor, just to be able to look at and just read things right now because nothing else wants to work. But yeah, awesome stuff. Oh, it's a Fuecoco video. Cool. Okay, yeah. Well, that would technically be a drunk science fact kind of a thing right there. That's disgusting, by the way. Disgusting, by the way. Very, very gross. Beaver butt juice tastes like vanilla. If it's true, that's very disgusting. But very appropriate for drunk science fact of the week. You never know. I'm just saying. But with that, it's 9:30. It is 2 hours and 23 minutes in. I'm gonna go because I gotta shower still and go to sleep for work tomorrow. Thank you for watching. If you like, leave a like. If you dislike, leave a dislike. You want to see more, subscribe. If you're on Twitch, leave a follow, and come back, and whenever we do stuff. Don't knock it till you try. I'm gonna ignore that. I'm gonna ignore that. Very much so. Leave a follow, and come back, next time. It's usually chaotic and fun, I'm gonna say that. Next stream will probably be Wednesday night, and then after that, Friday night. I don't know if I'm gonna be playing Genshin Impact Friday night or not, or if I'm gonna try getting back into the FPS games on Friday night or not. I don't know yet specifically, but I will be coming back with the Drunk series this Saturday night. I don't know if I'll be doing it on Twitch as well. I'll be looking up Twitch's terms of service again just to make sure if it's okay to do, because I don't fucking know if it is or not, So I'll be looking that up, but it will be a bit a bit fab this Saturday night. So be aware of that if you don't like fabulousness. But yeah, I'll be back another time, maybe a video here and there throughout this week on YouTube. With that, thank you, and goodbye. I have to pee like a fucking racing horse right now.